So, I'm going to show you guys how to handle those pesky vehicles out there. We've no doubt been farmed. We've all been on the receiving end of it. We've probably been on the giving end of it. And we know exactly how dominant and how many of them are on the battlefield. Today's video is designed on how to keep them in check and how to fight back and try to level the playing field. 4 strategies on taking down vehicles in Battlefield 2042. If you enjoy this content, please consider leaving a thumbs up as it helps me know you like it, want to see more. And of course, subscribe and tick that bell for more 2042 content just like this. So let's begin. We are going to start with the classic, the Soflam and rocket launcher combination, or as some people like to call it, the Soflam. This is this is an absolutely dominant classic way to take out the vehicles. So basically it's a combination effort between 2 people. One person generally marks it with the Soflam, the other person uses the rocket launcher, in this case the Recoilless, locks onto the target, takes it down. Together, high five, Eiffel Tower, those vehicles. It is absolutely amazing. You can tag team them and do whatever you must do to take them down. This is a good method because it works on all of the vehicles too, not just land or air. This is wonderful. This is also 2042, Land of the Specialists, which means, well, Angel just simply exists. And he's not just one guy. He can play both roles because he's kinky like that. If you summon a loadout crate with Angel and place it down right next to you, the one loadout you are using can have the Soflam and you can lock onto that target, swap off the loadout crate to another loadout that has Recoilless, and then you could shoot it down with the lock on. It is nutty that he can do both roles, but it is a thing you can do inside of 2042. Strategy number 2, and my personal favorite because they don't see it coming and I get to get right up in their face when I kill them. Basically, the combination of EMPs. Still not enough people know what EMP grenades do in this game, and they are the most valuable to Battlefield 2042. So when you hit a target, a vehicle, with an EMP grenade, it basically does what like the hack effect for RAL does. That is 8 seconds where they cannot pop any defensive countermeasures, so no smoke to protect and cover themselves. And it also takes away their ability to shoot. So their guns, their grenade launchers, all of that stripped from them. They are literally just capable of only driving around for 8 seconds, vulnerable to everything. You can usually close the distance gap, slap some C5 on it, which is the combination that I like to use because, well, they're extremely aggressive because they know how strong they are, and they like to get right up on you, so this is a great shutdown. So I like to use the EMP grenades because you can throw them. They kind of work based on proximity, so as long as you get close to the vehicle, they're going to pop and disarm them. Not to mention that Sundance exists. A lot of people are sleeping on Sundance. Their EMP grenades are actually more effective than the standard ones that you can equip because they pulse over time. It's not just a on impact detonation. It will continue to pop over and over and over again. So you can kind of throw them in the road or in an area where a vehicle's about to drive through and honestly disable them that way. And I think that's absolutely amazing because you can kind of be a little bit more forgiving on how you want to attack and set up the follow-up, if you will. And that is great. So do not sleep on Sundance. I have an entire video in the description of this one if you want to see exactly how I combine those 2 effects. So I run out the double EMP from not only Sundance, but also from the equips. So method number 3, and this isn't really going to help you too much with the vehicles on the ground because honestly you're at level with them and they're probably going to kill you. But RAW is the lone way, the lone wolf method of taking down aircraft. And this works really well. It's a really strong combo. It doesn't really do much for you again with the ground, but for the air, if you are being farmed by some very, very adept pilots out there, this is the way to really piss them off, so you're welcome. So all you have to do is hack the aircraft. It's not easy because they can lose line of sight, but once you have them hacked, you can equip the AA missile and you can lock on. At that point, when they are hacked, just like the land vehicles when you're using the EMPs, they cannot do any countermeasures, which means no flaring. So if you can get the lock on immediately after, that is hitting. And it lasts for a long period of time. Not only can you get 1 rocket off, but you can squeeze 2 before they can get their flares back up. This, realistically, is one of the best ways to solo aircraft in the game. Last but definitely not least, I'm not sure if you saw the videos, but I'm sure you've heard of it by now. But the 50 caliber sniper rifle is, in fact, anti-vehicle. It hits for a considerable amount of damage, about 17 to 18% of the armor when you shoot them, and if you can get the anti-material high power rounds unlocked at 120 kills for this gun, it can 4-shot hovercrafts, 5-shot tanks and helicopters, and in cooperation with other teammates and other recoillesses and things, these guys can absolutely be eviscerated. This is my personal favorite way to play because there's something extremely satisfying using a sniper rifle of all things and taking out these vehicles, these tanks that are extremely cocky and confident, these hovercrafts that are charging spawns and are just trying to slide into everybody. I sink a couple of these into you, you're on fire. Realistically, with any sort of assistance, you're dead before you can even process what just happened. I like rolling with a buddy because between the two of us, we can easily and quickly squeeze off 2 shots with a much faster TTK than what the Recoilless can do. And this is an absolute asset for any of us because it's got a higher bullet velocity than rockets, because there's a higher capacity and just in general of ammo at our disposal. This is one of the best ways to take out aircraft and vehicles in the game. It does better than just standard rockets on its own, and it's amazing for that reason. And these were the 4 ways to take out vehicles in this game. Were there any of these you didn't know about? Have you heard about the EMP? Are you aware of the 50 cal? Some of these strategies, even the tip with Angel is a pretty marvelous one, honestly. To be able to solo them together, be both roles, it's pretty neat, the capabilities inside of 2042. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I will have another one up tomorrow. I hope you guys are enjoying this content. Thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. You guys absolutely rock. Let's keep pushing it. And honestly, get out there and make them suffer for all the suffering we've had to endure.